And welcome back, everybody, to AICon USA 2025, reporting from Seattle, Washington. And now, as I promised a moment ago, I have here with me another presenter, another awesome thought leader, who is coming with us today to share as well more AI insights. Our amiga Britt Frenkel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Welcome,
yeah.
welcome, Britt. How are
Thank
you?
you. Thank you. I'm good. I'm really happy to be here. Thank
Yes.
you for inviting me.
I'm really, really happy that you accepted right away, and you were as well one of the most responsive. That quickly, what do I
I
need?
was
And
told that I'm friendly, yeah,
very, very
apparently.
friendly, very diligent. I really appreciate it.
Hmm.
And Amiga Brit, do you mind for the audience that do not know you, that do not follow on what you do? How dare you? Who are you? What do you do? Why are you here? And what makes you special?
Wow, that's such a big question. So, hi everyone, I'm Britt. I was born in New York originally, but I lived most of my life in Israel. Living in Israel means that I had to go to the IDF and serve in the army,
Oh.
and I was recruited, enlisted to like a special tech course, very low level in research. I served in the army for 3 years. There, I got my tech foundation and kind of certificate and work experience. I started there, and I fell in love with research and security and vulnerabilities, and I learned a lot about working in like a good mindset of how to work correctly on problems and solve problems. I finished after 3 years. I worked in a few companies, dev tools and security. And then I moved to New York recently, like about the last year. I work for Oligo Security right now. We do runtime protection, application detection and response in the application level. Very interesting product. I love my job. I'm very happy to be happy in my job and lucky. And I'm here to talk about vulnerabilities in AI.
I figured out a little bit when you were mentioning your background,
Hmm.
which is really, really cool. I'm very surprised and like, cool, you were, oh my God, that as well.
Yeah, it's very different.
How did you end up there in
In
Israel?
in Israel, my parents are Israelis.
Oh,
Yeah, they
cool.
moved to the U.S. to study, and then
And
they
then back.
just they worked here for a few years. I grew up here. I was born here, and then they decided to move back.
Cool.
Yeah.
I imagine must have been a very interesting experience, like training over there and everything
Moving to Israel or being in the army in
in the
general?
army. I mean,
Yes.
moving as well, cultural clash and all those differences,
Yes.
right?
I've had a lot of transitions in my life, and I think I learned how to meet people and be friendly, like you said. In the army, it was amazing. I spent 6 months, just me and three other people, in a classroom learning tech. And then I was the first girl ever to join a certain division. It was
Oh,
only me.
congratulations.
Yeah. I don't think of it as like an honor, but more of like it's the first time someone.
You were spearheading, not an
Yeah.
honor. You were opening paths for more to come.
Yes, yes. After me came a few other girls, which
Oh,
is
nice.
very. Yeah, I feel like I've done my thing in life. Now I can retire.
That's a really good feeling. No, no, please don't
No.
retire yet. We need more of the awesomeness that you're bringing
Yeah.
around security and everything. It's super important. We were just having some conversations earlier.
Hmm.
But you mentioned that you have a talk around security here at AICon USA. Would you mind as well sharing, giving us, I mean, don't spill the whole beans,
Yeah, of course.
but the short version, the trailer of what you talk about and the outcomes that the people should be looking for in it?
Sure. So first of all, I'm going to be presenting two researches that we did in my team. Yeah, two different researches about AI workloads and how the moment an attacker attacks an AI workload, it can get to the whole company. Basically, I'm going to be talking about we consider AI as something new and changing our lives, and people are here to understand how to improve their lives, but on the way they have to understand, wait, this is another application that you're deploying in your environment. So whether you're doing seafood, if you're teaching, if you're doing education, finance, in the end you don't want an attacker to attack your company and cause breaches, and that could come from AI applications.
That's super. Go on, go on.
Yeah, just like using AI today, everyone's going to be using it, meaning that everyone's going to be using a lot more applications than before. Before, a lot of the companies would use web servers and have a website, but now it's going to be so much more and for everything, basically. And it's very insecure by design.
It's going to be exponential. It's going to be appearing so much more. And I'm very curious, what's a few things. I'm sure, cybersecurity in general is a huge universe. People usually are not aware of how many ways things and huge pings or the backdoors or the list is huge. But would you mind, what things should we specifically look for? What are the most dangerous that you think people could be doing in the next months, years with AI that you see ooh, you shouldn't do that?
In security aspects or in, okay, not
For
ethically.
security,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we will get to the rest.
It's a good question, actually. I think that alongside deploying AI and using AI in your company, you have to be aware of the fact that it's another app and you have to secure it. Just like today, you won't go back and use a web server or a website that was released in 2002 because it's insecure, then you don't want to deploy an AI or use AI that is not secure. People today are using it just like another ingredient, just very simple. Oh, it helps my life so much, but they need to have in their mind that it's another application that they need to somehow secure, and it's not so easy to just use it and deploy it and use it in your company.
So similar to when you deploy an application, the steps that we need to take to secure it are similar to an application? Just
I would say, yeah.
Blocking ports and the standard...
And have a security engineer review it. That's why I'm really happy working for my company, because I really believe in the product. But in the end, you have to have something running along your application and detecting if something is happening at the moment. Another aspect of security in AI is model theft and data poisoning.
That?
So model theft is, think of an attacker attacking OpenAI today and stealing ChatGPT and replacing it with a really, really bad AI model.
Is that possible?
Yeah, of course. That's part of the research that I'm going to be presenting.
Oh.
But that's an attack vector that a lot of attackers are aiming to, because imagine an attacker does that to OpenAI. That's it. That's the end for the company, the end for a lot of other products that rely on OpenAI, stocks. A lot of money is going to just, yeah.
So, as an example for this type of attack, what can I do to detect or avoid that it's replaced? That's this is the first time that I hear about this, and should I just crypto cipher it so that it's I know it's the only version, or what things can I do?
So again, I want us to think about AI just like another application, another code that is running, and just like you wouldn't release a console that developers can log into and see their personal data, you don't want to release your models the same way.
But if someone replaces my app and has exactly, I don't know, the same version, says it's the same branch and it comes from the same, if someone overwrites my app, there are things that I know that an attacker can fake my user ID, fake some.
But it's not that easy. It's not like you can't detect it in your logs or during your runtime. An attacker it doesn't connect and look like any other user without getting there first. They need to have an attack vector, whether it's a vulnerability, a misconfiguration. They always have some way to get into the network and do that. So you're going to have to stop that before. But it's just to show you that AI is another application that they want to get to and they want to use it.
Have you seen many organizations that do not think of AI as an app and just release it and there it is, and it should be safe, right? It's AI.
I think it's not that organizations are treating AI as insecure. I think it's the developers that don't really have that in mind. And of course, the organizations are responsible, and they're the ones that are going to be
Should be
hurt.
enforcing this type
Yeah,
of.
of course. But I think it's more of a community thing that we're not really. I mean, just the fact that I'm the only security talk in this conference.
No,
Was
there
there
was
another
someone
one?
else talking a little bit about security,
Okay,
but
sorry.
I do agree
Yeah.
that there's not enough. There should be more people talking about this situation.
But it's also totally normal. I think AI is having its time right now. It's the hype. Everyone's super excited, also a bit frightened.
More
but-
frightened, I would say, lately.
Yeah. I'm on the other side. I believe everything's going to be even better with AI. Yeah, I don't think AI is going to be that bad. But just, I think AI is just like when in 2020 we thought no more offices, no more use for offices, real estate bubble is going to collapse, and it never did. People did understand after a while that they need an office. Some of them did, some of them didn't. So it's just going to be the same with AI. You know, you can't replace a developer entirely with AI. You can't replace a security engineer with AI.
Is it like feasible that AI self-polices itself security-wise?
How can you know that it's secure? In the end, it may help you, and of course, every security tool out there today uses AI, including us, in a way.
So it's already kind of happening, but needs the
But
human input.
we're using it to get more data. We're using it to understand, to show you, oh, this is the exact line of code that is running and was vulnerable in your code. We're not using it to say, oh, your code is okay or your code is not okay. You know, it's not that binary.
No.
Yeah. If AI will ever help security, it's going to be just an enhancement, not a binary solution, because no one's going to release a production code that only AI reviewed.
Ooh, I hope.
I hope so too.
Yeah. That I see
Or
that
maybe not.
happening.
You know, for security engineers, that's a good job security.
That's a good point, because security engineers, there's a very different mindset and perspective, and I don't know. So hope this doesn't sound like bad, but it's like at times it's seen like the Chicken Little running around like everybody careful, the sky is gonna fall, and
Yeah.
thanks to you being there, it doesn't fall, and everybody like, see, nothing happened. Yes, but you don't know all the work that I did to enable that, right?
That's a good point. It's also the fact that security engineers have to deal with so many little things, and they come to developers and tell them, oh, this port shouldn't be opened, but it sounds very stupid, but in the end, these tiny stuff, and that's also the thing that I'm going to be talking about in my
Nice.
talk. These tiny stuff are the things that lead to a big breach, and these are exactly what, you know, the amazing attackers in the world, people in the dark web, they are specialized in these really, really small details. So of course, security engineers have a really hard time, and I'm sure they're not very popular sometimes in the company, but they have to pay attention to these small details.
No, and there's like we know the standard batteries like check ports, like injections, and some of the things that if you are not used to thinking of AI as this other piece of the big puzzle of applications that we have in our environments and infrastructures, etc. Yeah, I totally see it like, why this is AI? Why am I checking ports? Like,
Yeah.
dude.
No,
Please,
you
please.
have to. Also, a lot of times, the machines that run AI, they might only run the AI workloads, but you know, what if the DevOps forgot to remove all of the environment variables that are very, yeah.
That on any app would be like, ooh, uh-oh.
But that could happen, you know, especially
happens.
that could happen, especially now that I think we're gonna be running much faster in development cycles because of Gen AI. So when you run faster, you usually forget.
Forget steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't go through all the little routes that you should.
But don't be sad. Don't be like scared. It's okay. We can
Just be diligent, right?
Yeah, just be aware, and just I think it's a good day to be in the market of security because the tools that are going to be released in the next years, they're going to be so amazing technology wise, and I do believe that we're going to see some really interesting solutions in the future to
Yeah,
solve
'cause
these problems.
AI-assisted security checks, to call it in a way, all the scans. I mean, I played a bit with Sonar, or there was an HP one that I used a lot a while ago, but it'll come to me. Fortify.
Okay.
But it had like specific, most of the time it came with the one size fits all set of rules and things that it should
Yeah.
check. But eventually, if you get assisted on the security checks by AI-enabled tools, this is going to be tailor suited to your type of application. Because one thing is, oh yeah, this is for mobile applications. Yeah, but mine is a mobile application for dating inside of a bank. I'm just making crazy mixes. Bankers, I'm not suggesting anything. But in case you have this type of situations, like how do you test for security on this type of apps? Because probably, I don't know, bank principles, but enable location and the age verification to make sure that nothing weird is happening. And how do you get to like a specific profile to scan of all the possible vulnerabilities, right?
So my perspective isn't just scanning. You're touching a very important part of security, which is looking at the application before it goes to production, seeing that everything that we're releasing to production is safe and secure and it's okay. But my perspective is more running along the application and detecting stuff that happens right now, that is happening right now. And as you said, AI can never discover everything before releasing. So if we have something running, let's say we had an AI agent running along our application or another agent running along, we could detect stuff that happens at the time, right? An agent could say, oh, your app usually matches people in the bank, but now it's trying to steal all the money from the bank. That's a bad thing, right? And it could alert us while running along.
Some of those, but it's security testing. It's a part of QA. Usually it's hard to wrap your mind around that, yeah, security is part of QA. And from what you were saying, like, yeah, you may have like the suggestions by AI, but I want to see that AI trying, I don't know, the DDoS attack. It's, well, yeah, the AI can tell you, be careful with this, but once the product is out, the AI, I would be very much against AI being enabled to do a DDoS attack, right?
Yeah, we're going to see them fighting in the future.
I hope not. Yeah. So enabling them to fully executing some of these tests that we have to do, I think that's where the part of the human being element or a secondary tool to enable these type of things, and not only like production detection, what is happening in production once we release the solution, but also monitoring and observability of these situations, because we want to detect those.
Yeah, we want to detect them and stop them, maybe even.
So, and do you see these solutions to also provide like, ooh, we see like someone on the banking dating app also trying to just do empty accounts. Do you foresee like we will have some immediate countermeasures like that the AI could, because usually it's like a war of steps, right? You step up security, the attacker steps up the attack, and that is that race to.
Yeah. Well, as a security researcher in my past, I see it not as a race, more of like as an art, you know? Because if the technology would stay in place, then security researchers couldn't evolve their attackers.
It's the art of dancing with the attacker.
Yeah,
follow up the
yeah.
steps.
I think in a technology way, it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, of course, there are solutions there today that can stop attacks during the attack, or runtime protection, detection, and response in applications.
I mean, worst case scenario, we know someone's getting in, unplug. And
Yeah.
the easiest and I guess maybe oldest fix to these attacks while they are happening. But this is for the ones that we identify that are happening. There are the other problem is when
When we don't know, yeah. Yeah.
and you get exploits inserted, or you are just swooped out information, money, whatever is happening, or the attacker just matched a bunch of bank employees internally. How can we follow up with this as well in terms of AI?
I think it's always It's always a risk in all applications. It's when you talk about that, it's kind of like asking, how do I know if my website was attacked if I couldn't follow up and see it happening in real time or detect it with my tools. That is more for the security industry to kind of grow
Figure
up,
out and
yeah, and figure out how we deliver stuff in a better way. But there are a lot of, as someone, I kind of transferred more into the business side of the security market. And it's very interesting to see like the features that customers are asking for and how the market evolves around the requirements of our clients.
are you getting like peculiar new requests? Would you mind sharing some of these
I don't think peculiar, more as like
new
we are,
needs?
yeah, we're trying to see what security engineers actually want. Even now that we have AI, we can do like the our wildest dreams, you know, in a way of security. Just like
What is the wildest dream of a security professional? That's
so,
curious.
I can say that I'm specifically now working on a feature for when you have a certain package that says that it is vulnerable. I can tell you the exact function that is vulnerable and if it ran or it didn't run in your environment, which is like if you would say that to a security engineer 3 years ago, he would say like, or they would say,
Impossible.
yeah, impossible. And that is done use like in with the use of AI, which is pretty cool.
Is this, I mean, I'm thinking how can AI go through this? Is the model, because the model can tell you this will compile this way. It's not compiling, it's not executing, it's just like checking line by line, and that's how it is detected more or less?
Well,
Or is that like a
unfortunately,
secret sauce? That's the secret sauce.
yeah, a bit of a bit of the secret sauce. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Not gonna get, but I was thinking like, because it can simulate a virtualization inside of the model, and things can get crazy and very
Yeah.
abstract very easily. But all this is really interesting, and the new things that, funny enough, are based on the old things. As you're saying, it's traditional security, and you gotta wrap your head around this new AI realm, but still the same good old, right?
Yeah. Still understand that it's an application running in your cloud server, whatever.
It's just another app. That's it.
Yeah.
Straight and simple. So, wow. So, Britt, before we start to wrap down, well, we're already wrapping up. What recommendation would you tell the audience? And I love the one that you did earlier, that the security industry needs people. There's always, and I think it's only going to grow, a need for professionals. But what other things would you say the audience that, like, if I can leave you with one thing, this would be it?
Hopefully that people that are handling AI today and are getting into the data science will be aware of that subject. I had a talk earlier where people told me, yeah, I just go to the security engineer to ask. I go to the people that
It's
know
his or her
about this.
problem.
Yeah, it's their problem. But in the end, it's not really, because you could be the next weak link in a breach. And I'm not asking everyone to be a professional security engineer. That's not possible. But just have that in mind, that you are part of this company and part of the IP of the company.
General understanding and knowledge, like
Yeah.
be aware. I like that. Not. You don't have to become hacker man here, like a super expert.
No black hoodie.
No. Just a wise person, like mindful.
Just be interested in the code that you're actually releasing, not don't think of it just as a black box, and try to understand in a deeper way. I think that's what describes a really good developer, no matter what they do, if it's front end, back end, data science. In
General awareness, right?
Yeah.
Because we have seen all those cybersecurity trainings. Don't click on this email and the wrong URL, blah. But there are some other things that are as well basic. If you are creating code, if you are working around apps, know the 1, 2, 3 at the very least. Not the whole dance, but just the basics. I think that's a great recommendation, Britt. Thank you. Now, if people want to learn more about security, follow up with you, send you questions, or get in touch, where can they find you?
So that you can add me on LinkedIn. Britt Frenkel, you'll be
It's
tagging
here
me
on
or
the screen.
yeah, okay.
And you
I-
will be tagged, yeah, in this video.
Perfect. And I have a Twitter handle, which is Britt, my name, E Frenkel.
Okay, put an E in the middle.
Yeah.
And just add the
Perfect.
same. And I'm super happy that you keep calling it Twitter. I'm never gonna go the
Yeah.
the
That
mutant
shows my
letter
age.
way. No,
Yeah.
no, our age. But
Yeah.
I am. Don't change that thing.
Don't.
Keep calling it Twitter, please. And don't deport me, please. No, I'm joking. So, Britt, thank you very much for coming here and sharing. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for
And
inviting me.
It's super good to go back. There were some rusty memories from the security. I used to do a little bit of that a while ago, but
You look like you have some knowledge in security.
I've been
Yeah.
playing and I got in trouble because of that. So it's fun. People, it's fun to learn.
fun.
Learn security with care, because as well it can be dangerous if you get super happy and like, ooh, can I get in there? Can I get it? Can I do this? Like, be careful.
You can lose some nights working on the computer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Sleepless nights.
It's a great world. Just white hat all the time and beware. Britt, thank you very much. It has been a
Okay.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And well, there you have it. Britt, awesome security expert. Great background. I love all the background and all the places that you have been around. It's impressive. As you can tell, only awesome people, thought leaders here at the conference AICon 2020, AICon USA 2025. And well, this is not all yet. We're going to have a few more interviews for the rest of the day. Stay tuned, because Britt was not the last, neither the first. A really good interview that we had, but more are coming in a bit. Again, Britt, thank you very much. How do you say goodbye in Israel?
We say bye or lehitraot.
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 Lehitraot. Okay. Lehitraot or adios or bye.
Oh, that's good.
See you around, everybody. Bye. Lehitraot.